Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to round one back nine action of the 2024 Play It Again Sports Jonesboro Open presented by Westside Discs. We are BigBarri commentary, and we're going to be bringing you all the action here on the fifth stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We've got Simon Lizotte and Ben Calloway out there shredding up the front nine, shooting 7 unders, which is crazy in this incredible wind, but we don't have any slouches on our feature card as well.
No, I mean, Anthony's at 6 through 9, which is a great starting point. 4 under from Ricky, which is also nice. And then a couple people in the background, but I mean, you look at their Calvin 24th place, a little move on the back nine, and that's
Calvin's in it. I mean, that's just the typical Calvin start right there. That's all that is. Yep. So we've got a windy day. We have a new arrangement of holes. So we are actually going to be starting. Hole 10 is going to be Old 18, which is a favorite on the course. Incredibly challenging. OB on this left side, trees on the right side. There's also OB way wide right if the player wants to try going for the big hyzer off the tee. These trees come into play on the second shot as you go up the hill. Again, OB wrapping around the basket. This is just a beautiful and challenging par 4 in every sense of the way.
one of the best holes in the country.
I love it. I love it if they cleaned the initial gap a little bit, but I still think that it's just, you're right, it's just incredible.
Oh, boy.
You know, I've seen this drive before.
This could be bad. I
don't see anything bad that could have happened there.
There's OB left.
I still think that was just...
It's still great. I mean, that's where great drives land.
Yeah, and it hit a tree and went backwards 50 feet, and it's still farther than most people will ever dream of throwing. Ricky with a nice forehand.
Great spot.
Yep, that opens up the big hyzer on the second shot. He's going to like that shot a lot. This is who I was referring to when we were seeing AB's drive coming in. Just look at that. Fights through like it didn't even hit anything. And the huge forward skip. What did we just see there?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where he's going to be. That might not be a great spot.
No, I'm sure it isn't. But still, that tree up there is so far off the...
That tree's weak, Jerm. He needs to stand up to the bullies better. Like, you're right in his way. Tackle him.
How did he hit the left side and then flex all the way up there, still 500 feet off the tee? That's just crazy to me.
Adio's just going to be laying this up to about, 80 feet.
Yeah,
60,
near circle's edge, too. Yeah, circle 2 edge. That's a good shot from back there.
See, and Ricky's not right enough. He's going to be trying to go dead at it.
He's going to the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did it do it? Did it do it?
Did do it.
It did do it.
Brutal. Anthony has just left enough.
This is just such a far drive.
Oh, he doesn't turn it. This needs help,
This
too.
could go out of bounds. No. It's not that far left. I just cannot. Calvin's average approach on this hole is inside 300 feet, and that's just crazy. It's just crazy to see how often he does it on this hole.
Even if you're right there where he just was, that approach shot is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. No. It is a tough, technical shot. He goes left side of those branches. We saw what happened to Ricky. Could happen very easily. Here's Matteo from 70. Not going to happen.
It's kind of like a half frog hop, too. It didn't really give us the full boing.
AB.
Oh, a couple low putts in the last 3 holes. Both downhill, circle's edge putts coming up short. It's one thing that he has just done terrific so far this season. He's made those putts look so easy. Calvin able to pick up coveted birdie here on hole 10. It's kind of hard to call it hole 10, isn't it?
Yeah. Interesting. It's definitely best hole 10 I've ever heard of.
And when you play a course for 7 years and then you come back for the 8th year and everything's switched up,
I've heard of whispers of Winthrop, them starting at a different hole, and I just couldn't imagine.
Well, they did that one time. And
oh, I wasn't there.
Ooh, Paulie.
What happened?
He hit the pole and it tried to come back, but it was just low enough to stay in. Yeah, they started on hole traditional 3 one year, and we just missed the original hole 1. Just
no,
down
I'm saying, and then you don't end on 17, 18.
Oh, yeah. Again,
That'd be devastating.
not a fan. Those are just the most iconic finishing holes that we have in our sport.
Yeah, that's ever been.
Well, this is original 1 now. Now it's 2 ones. It's 11. Hole 3, or par 3, excuse me, I'll just screw this up some more, 470 feet. We have a decent wind for it, though, with the right to left crosswind. It helps the players that put a little bit of Anheuser on it stay up in the air and get all the distance, but these guys aren't going to have any trouble with the distance. It's just about getting it close.
Yeah, windier today, not typical for California. I'll help you out with a little mess up myself.
Not typical for California. This is driven right at it,
I
Paul.
like that.
Oh, weird bounce to the side. Doesn't really matter. Near bullseye hit.
Yeah. Does he get it over? He does. This is really good, too.
Stays up. Good skip. Sure thing. It looks a lot shorter on camera than it plays in person.
Well, these guys are making it look that way, too. It looks far. Well, here.
And Matteo's making us look far.
Is he?
I'm saying, like, he threw it high. He was going to stall.
No, for sure.
Even if it doesn't hit those trees, it would have taken a lot longer to get there than maybe in Calvin.
So used to the lead cards, well, featured cards, getting those straight through there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, circle's edge. What do you know?
Mostly air. Is this going to hold off to the right?
In?
Yeah, it is. This looks great. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Over the basket in the air and 53 feet long.
That's hard to do.
That's a weird thing to see.
Ooh.
This is not a putt you see very often in our sport. The 50-foot plus downhiller on hole 11.
Yeah, that's when you're right in the thicket and you throw the sidearm roller, it goes too far.
Yeah, maybe. That would be the only time you see some from back there. Anthony Barela in for the birdie.
Hey, Cuppy, scram.
At least he did it quickly.
Yeah, we're trying to watch disc golf, man.
It's almost weird to see Calvin not birdie this hole.
When have you seen that?
I've seen it like once. I think when he had that playoff with Macbeth, I think in the round, I don't think he birdied it.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. He might have birdied it then, too. It's the perfect type of hole for him. We were talking about this in the front nine, where how he just likes to drive the disc into the ground. And when you have these little upslopes like we have here on this hole, it's the perfect place to just throw a disc hard straight and let it just ground out. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, hole 12, par 4, 820 feet. Down the hill on hyzer, land it right around, and then up the hill we will go. You can throw turnover underneath these limbs, flex shot, some sidearms back around. If you
Those branches there are perfect.
Yeah, it's a great hole. You do have out of bounds left. That comes into play on the second shot if you don't turn it over. And then you can get in trouble early and late. Scrambling's what you do after that. Hyzer up the hill is a play too if you get too far right.
After the fantastic start, he did bogey, bringing him back to 6 under. James Conrad, the permanent course record holder.
There's the
at 6 under, and this looks so good. Just nestled. Very good. That man likes this course. Both of those guys getting back to 7 under.
Oh, windy much?
But it's a good win for this hole.
Is this high? Unless you turn it over. Oh, this is so far.
Yeah, just the
Jerm.
height.
Jeez Louise. Oh.
Yeah, that red stake, I think, is a 250 stake. That is, wow.
Uh-oh.
If you get near that stake, it's rare.
That works out for him. That was tight, though. Oh, and yeah, he doesn't...
He threw that 3%.
He doesn't need the distance, but the extra 40-foot roll will help. Matteo. Get away from that branch. Did it click it? It looked like it might have. I think it might have nicked it and turned it over.
You could say that that shot was well done, but maybe... And this one looks like it's an A1 position.
Very good. Skip.
Yeah, that's a good shot from back there. It's hard to get anywhere near the basket from near that right side bunker tree.
Get up.
And Ricky
That's
off
okay.
right side. Yeah, near pin high, about 50 feet again. Anthony has a mid left.
That's still not a mid-range.
Still isn't. Wasn't last tournament, still isn't this tournament. It's the Onyx?
Yeah.
Okay. It just has that mid-range look to it. I don't know
Might
what.
be an Athena. It's one of those two. Those.
Oh, and doesn't look like any of these guys are going to clean their plate here with the birdie. It's going to be a lot of missed approaches. Ricky will have a good look. The rest of these guys are going to have long pitches. That'll work. Oh my, never mind. Rewind that. What a shot. Matteo driving it in there.
Ooh.
Oh, that is filet mignon.
What is this? Ow. Flexible.
And Ricky hasn't quite landed one of these long ones yet. Has a little bit left to clean up.
Yeah, when you see as good a drives as these guys had and then have Matteo get the only birdie, that's what we would call rare.
I would have lost a lot of money on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of these four players birdies this hole. Is it A, Matteo? No. No. But man, huge putts, that'll do it for you.
Prince of Southern royalty was born for plastic stone. There's nothing more that you can do.
Hole 13, par 3, 435 feet. Again, very straightforward. It looks like they may have cleaned the right side tree that's right off the tee a little bit to give the players a little bit more space to hyzer in. There is OB on that left side with the barbed wire fence. Headwind on this hole.
This is a great angle. This is going to hyzer out and just be absolutely money.
Yeah, nice shot from Matteo.
Great angle. Yeah, it's rare because right to left crosswind.
Yep.
They must be in a lull. There was a ripping right to left crosswind when I played it.
Yes. Same here.
Oh my goodness, go in.
Oh, Calvin, beautiful. Yeah, you have to play on a really fun card today, a historic card, if you will. All 4 players share the same first name.
Yeah, it was a blast. It really was.
Did the joke get old?
After hole 2. I've never heard more Paul say, "Good shot, Paul. It's okay, Paul," after every shot. At one point, I had to tell him, "My name's Uli."
Nice.
It was fun.
A little short. And this is the turnover that we were seeing a lot of players get with that crosswind, just not getting the initial hyzer release out of the hand, and it still works out. It's still edge of the circle.
That worked out way better than I thought. It must be very overstable.
Ricky, a little bit of a tailwind. I like his chances here. And he collects the birdie. Good putt. There was another fun card out there today that was composed of all 4 lefties. So they really had some fun putting together these feature groups in round 1. Matty O, after the highlight putt on 12, misses right side and low on 13. And maybe the worst putt of the year for Anthony Barela.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awful.
Just
not good enough.
Complete misrelease. Calvin able to collect. What do you think happened there?
Looks like the fingers just dropped out.
That'd be interesting to keep an eye on that. I mean, just sometimes a putt that just does nothing of what you intended can shake your confidence a bit. And hopefully we don't see that here with AB for the rest of the round. That's a cool angle right there. So Anthony stays at 7, but our leader now is Albert Tam, who is 9 under through 13 holes, just off to an incredible start now.
Yeah, hole 14 is par 5, 855. The distance isn't scary. You really want to get left of this tree on the left. If you don't do that, then get the distance to come down here. I'm going to see a lot of people go over in 2 if they're in the correct position. If not, they'll lay up down there by the drop zone. This is an island hole, so you do have to come to rest on this side. Otherwise, drop zone will be where you will throw your next shot. And they added an out of bounds line deep.
Yeah, which in the past it has been infinitely inbounds behind the basket. Well, up to a certain degree, I suppose.
This is a big high flex shot from Simon.
Are we going to see it come back into...
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hyzer's back in. That'll be a putt for eagle for Simon, and a short one at that. This to get to 10 under. Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay, so double digits has been achieved here on the 14th hole. Yeah, with a bogey as well.
This has got to get left.
Yeah, a bit. I mean, I don't think he's going as intentionally trying to play left for the big hyzer route. I don't really know what Calvin's second shot play will be.
Ricky is trying to get left. And he's going to get left.
Yeah, well, should get a good skip here, right? Boing.
Missed the tree.
Oh, he's going to be under the tree. No, I think he's going to like it.
That's perfect spot.
Yeah, he's going to like it. This is a big shot, but this might end up in that no man's land right behind the tree. Yes, it does. That place just forces you down to the bottom of the hill, but it's very fast going to the bottom of the hill. It's actually easy to go out of bounds just on a layup attempt.
Oh, no.
Wow. Okay, so the missed putt, next shot thrown from AB is just a wildly late release, and now he's playing a really hard par 4 at this point. It's a good looking shot for it, though. Okay. What are you going to have from there, Anthony?
Yeah, and Calvin was too far right. He's going to need to pitch down to the bottom.
Let's see if he's able to.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
This was just...
Wrong basket.
He could be close enough that he goes through the green.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to have much there. I think
Yeah, what's he going to do? You think?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Matty O, meanwhile, he is
Sit.
able to throw. That's a good shot. That is hard to do. I mean, he does hit off a few branches, and I'm curious if he doesn't hit those branches, does it have the integrity to stop in time?
Right.
It's hard to know. Meanwhile, Ricky crouched over, open hyzer.
Just trying to throw it into the pines.
And sometimes they can roll back downhill out of bounds, but this one gets caught in those pines. That should be somewhere in C1, at least in C1 edge.
I think that's going to be pretty far.
So Anthony's got to go big turnover.
This is an aggressive play.
What a shot. What a shot. Beautiful. That's the prettiest shot in disc golf. A big, long turning sky anhyzer is just the most beautiful thing that we have in our sport. And AB just threw a...
You were right. He's over here so far that he's got to go under.
Did he hit the gap?
Look at the creativity, man.
Oh my gosh, what a shot. Okay, these guys are turning lemons into lemonade right now. This is cool.
Is this going to get out the gap? Yeah, there's a bird.
Okay. Pretty cool stuff we've seen here from our feature group.
Worried about Anthony's putt.
Oh, Ricky's got a weird one here.
Yeah, a little 45-footer.
Come on.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, that's a filthy putt from Ricky.
Gross.
That was so good. Leaning out
Give
to
us a
his
different
left.
angle.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's just got the heart of a champion at all
Look
times.
at it. Oh, get in there.
What? I did not see this. Oh, that is cool. Did not see that the first time it went in. That was cool.
Yeah, low again.
I'm telling you, something going on with AB's putt right now. He needs to address it. It's hard to do in the middle of the round, but he has had the opportunity to be at 11 under right now if he's making his putts. And man,
Saw that a lot from
these guys
that
are
exact
turning
distance.
lemons out of lemonade.
Yeah.
They're making lemons out of lemonade. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, you see that headwind coming at you?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are thinking that that's going to just keep you up, and it goes right over that green. There's no headwind, so it just drops.
Headwind in that hole affected scoring big time on hole 14. Normally we see at least a dozen eagles. This time only 5. Ezra Robinson, Randon Latta, obviously Ricky Wysocki, and Simon, who we saw, and then Tuomas Hutiainen. So congratulations to those guys for their eagles. Onto the island green, hole 15, 315 feet. A calm tailwind. A lot of trees near the green that kind of protect the wind from feeling like it's too gusty.
Get it wide. Something stable. Is this wide? This might not be wide enough. Barely.
Just stays in bounds.
Oh, there's a little crack there. Oh. Seen it happen.
We've seen it happen.
Want it wider. There we go.
Yep. And Matteo will have no problem with that, with the weirdest sidearm skip I've ever seen.
So good.
Just don't really know how we haven't seen an ace on this hole yet. 8 years, Paul. 8 years on this hole. Saw some in practice this week, though.
Yeah.
But can we see it in the tournament? That's when it matters.
This has got to go. No.
Yeah. It goed.
Ricky's making a move.
Yep.
Officially. 7 under.
Yep. And in the last 3 holes, he's got 4 of those 7. Well, 15. 72 birdies. This is essentially a 2 or a 4. Island's relatively small, so if you're on the green, most of the time you're going to see people make their putts and walk away with birdie. But the drop zone's across the water, so if you miss, you're really not going to save your par. Star frame on 15, and you know what that means? A little donation to charity.
All right. We got some good scoring going on here. Look at Simon up there. Still hanging tough. Callaway, Kiefer.
Simon, one of those
in the mix now.
Yeah. Simon, one of the rare guys who actually did, I believe, make the island and did not make their putt. So that's why he's still at 10 under. Going on to 16. The only change on 16 is that there's now an out of bounds area on this left side, which has been the preferred teeing position for players in the past, but now they're going to have to go right side up the fairway, which forces a little bit more of a technical approach as you get to the green, which is obstructed from the front end. Be interesting to see how James Conrad approaches the green on this hole. He's going to attack this right side. And that is kind of a dicey shot, and he hits and falls down short of the green. And look at this little weird jump putt he's got. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Any lobby
Stand stilly.
kind of move there.
Go get it out of the baskety. So James Conrad out there on the move right now.
Ricky with a laser beam.
Kind of throws it far.
He rips.
This is far and right, though. He's not going to like that angle very much. He's going to have to throw. That's actually pretty similar to where we saw James Conrad just throw his approach. I wonder if the forehand is still in play for him.
You think this is a little better?
Yeah, I do. I think Mattia will have no problem with that. Somewhere in the 230 range for the approach.
Ooh, low. That's going to be over there by Rick, yeah?
Yeah, that's right side. Yep, but past Ricky's, I believe. No, shorter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. This is going to go past all of theirs, probably.
It's a little lower than I expected to see out of Anthony's hand. Good tee shot, still in the middle of the fairway. So Matty up first, but with arguably the best angle.
I like it.
Yep, keeps it low, round the corner. That's just how you do it.
What's this coming in at?
It's over half a stroke below par. So
go.
It's, I think, the second easiest. Yeah, it's the second easiest hole in the course. Okay. That's a new one.
Go.
And he plays Plinko and hits $5,000. How did he do that?
I don't know how that is a play, but hats off for the creativity and knowing that you're not going to go 100 million miles deep.
Never seen a Spike Heiser approach here on this hole. Ricky goes through the gap.
These guys are tricksters.
Wow. Okay. And let's see what AB is left with. I imagine a forehand around.
Be just a chip shot, man.
But he goes kind of high. I wonder if this is, it gets through there, but that's playing with those branches more than I think is comfortable. I think he'd like to get that a little bit lower.
If Calvin's going to play with the branches like that, that one better get through.
Fair.
Easy. Another star frame coming up.
Take it easy, guys. Jomez is a business here. Got plenty of employees to pay. Come on, spit up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We love charity. Back-to-back star frames for our feature group. As to be expected on holes 15 and 16. Pretty easy for tour standards.
Did make it harder, though.
Yeah, I like the change. I think that they can go a step farther with OB on the right side of this fairway as well. And we were even talking about potentially making the green an island, kind of like a la Maple Hill hole 18, right, where it's like there's an out of bounds area short and then you have to make a decision. Mm-hmm. And then I don't think you see the Calvin Heimburg Spikeiser play.
Right.
Because then you're risking a lot there. And I think that that would make that a very interesting hole. But anyways, I digress as we move on to hole 17. A hole where they have made a change. There is now a OB line on the right side of this fairway. Everything else is pretty much the exact same, but the big Anheuser play that we've seen that's gone out there to the right where you see that farm equipment, that is no longer in place. So everyone's going to have to challenge the low ceiling tree that right off the gap, the initial gap. And then from there, it's anywhere from 350 to 250, depending on how good your drive was.
Crazy little flex play here from Benjamin. See if he can get this over enough.
Ben, he's at 10 under.
Is this enough? Man.
Whoa, what a shot. Right on line. It still came up short, though. Edge of circle to get to 11. And no, and out of bounds. Oh, heartbreaker for Callaway. And no easy putt coming back for the bogey now.
Good cleanup.
Yep, clutch bogey putt, but certainly a two-shot miss there. It's the scary thing about these elevated baskets, especially when out of bounds is only 30 feet away. Ricky 5 under in the last 4. Goes for the wide forehand route. I like this route.
That's it.
It just needs to not roll.
Is that tough from there?
No, I think he's going to be...
Is he under those hanging limbs is what I'm wondering.
270. Yeah, I think he's past him enough. I think he's going to have a clear swing. Matteo, however, is going to find himself in a weird spot. I think there's barbed wire. I think he gets 2 meters off of it, but I'm not sure what he's going to have from there.
Big Spikeiser or something.
This is more traditional play. Calvin just ripping low ceiling into the ground, getting the skip. I'm guessing AVR X3 or Toro from there.
Uh-oh. Branch? Nope, under. Okay. Everybody's live, but
yes.
Who knows what they have.
I don't love what Mattio's left with, but we'll see. I think he might be in there enough that he's going to have to throw like a forehand pitch out, but...
I worry about him not knowing the rule.
And yeah, because a lot of players just played 1 meter their whole life, not knowing that you can get a couple meters out of there for safety purposes. Either way, a pitch out is all we see here today. And once again, there's never been a better caddy name for any player in the world than Crawdaddy for Matteo. I have to reiterate that. It is perfect.
This has got to be perfect, right? Yeah.
Just don't hit the bucket full steam and then roll back 180 feet like we unfortunately saw back in hole 5.
On the other side. See, that thing was dinged up.
Anger will do weird things to a person, Paul. I don't know what to say.
You ain't wrong.
Golf's a swirly sport.
He likes it.
Lot to like. Lot to like here, Paul.
I love it.
Are you in love with it? Why don't you marry it? I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from.
I'm married.
That's the only answer that I'll accept.
Very happily Ricky's married.
Ricky's got a wide open shot.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that looked a little weak.
Not the putt you'd like.
He likes those.
He makes them. I don't think he likes that.
Yeah, no. No, but
He likes making them. But certainly nothing in the way you'd like to take care of that. The sun is right in the eyes, so that's when you take the glasses off naturally. I don't understand the man. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's tough. It's a tough one for me.
Oh. Very close.
He was way farther than I even thought.
Yeah, no, that was closer to 45. Yeah, it wasn't even circle's edge.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, hammers it in there. Under the rim. Or under the band, I should say. Adio will take a par. Meanwhile, AB and Calvin will be tapping in their birdies. And Calvin just always does it, man. Just nothing really special. 9 under. I mean, it's just not making any mistakes is really what it comes down to.
You're right. And then Anthony, even though he's missed a bunch of putts, it seemed like he is 1 stroke off the lead. And
Kevin Kiefer
has got to 11
under
going into hole 18, which is a tough one. And you got to make a decision. This is 495 down the hill.
Poof.
There's a swirling wind. I won't say that it's a direct way because it keeps switching. So people have the option to go big highs or around it all. If you have the power or a flex play down the middle. You see a lot of people lay up too. Just a 250-foot spike hyzer, put it in play, get around there, get a par, bounce.
I like it as a hole 18. It's just going to be interesting as we come down the stretch on Sunday to see what is required of these players trying to take down the win here in Jonesboro.
I'm going to make a prediction. I think that...
Okay. Ooh, Simon in.
I think that the leader is going to have so many strokes that this is going to be obsolete.
Okay. Down the hill.
Oh, no.
Does it? It does. It counter skips off the band, out of bounds. No highlight finish for Simon.
No.
And oh, wow.
That's going to take him back down to 7 under.
Wow, brutal. And a double bogey finish from 10 to 7 in the last 2 holes for Simon. You hate to see that.
Is he going to get through the Guardian?
That's the one to miss. I think he's just going over it. Just
slow
super
down.
deep.
Oh, there's nothing deep.
There's no out of bounds deep. That wall there is just to kind of
keep the spectators.
Keep the spectators back, but there's also the crossing holes with 6 or 15 and 18. So
I like this play if you got the power.
Yeah. 1 angle hyzer is such a weapon on 18 if you've got the power. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Anthony Barela's got the power. Such a safe play. The only time it really doesn't work is when there's the left to right headwind.
Ricky looking down the middle. He has the power for the wide hyzer, but he's been throwing this slight turnover pretty good. Missed the tree. Please.
That's going to go to the inside line, I think.
That's fine. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fine. I spoke too early. It looked like it was just going to go right in front, but it was pretty short.
3 safe drives off the tee.
Adio is going.
Be interesting to see.
Oh, no.
The differential between last year's par number and this year's par number, considering that I think people are going to be going for this more because it's the final hole.
Yeah.
I think like when this was hole 5, people were more content to just take the mid-round par and not take the big bogey. Adio finding OB, laying up on the right side.
A little meat on the bone. He's rubbing that shoulder. Hope he's okay. Calvin from 190 feet deep.
He makes those so much, doesn't he?
Yeah, he puts a good line on him.
Good effort. Solid round. 9 under is a great starting round in this wind. Ricky trying to match that number. And he does.
What a putt.
So 6 under in the final 6 with a par.
Yeah, we just saw Simon go beaver with aggressive putt right there from this same spot right here.
AB, with all the missed putts, can still tie the leader at 11 with a made putt here on 18. Pretty incredible.
Oh, that's good stuff right there.
That's
after missing all those putts, that putt becomes a lot harder.
Yeah, really dug deep there and found that stroke and trusted himself and delivered a very good final birdie.
Good putt, Matty.
It's the bogey, falls back to 5 under. And Calvin will tap in for his 9 down. And we'll see if he gets to stay on lead card for round 2 in just a moment when we see these final scores. Only 2 bogeys on the entire round for our feature group. Ricky on the very tough hole 10 and Matty O on the very tough hole 18. And Wysocki stays on lead group, but Heimburg out to chase card as we introduce Kevin Kiefer and James Conrad to the lead card with a 2-shot gap between them.
And I think the wind was a little tougher for Kiefer. He was out there pretty early.
Yes.
And it was definitely higher wind. So
yeah,
I think that was the better round of all the rounds to do it early in the tougher conditions. No featured card, kind of unassuming.
Yeah, he finished his round before our cameras were even on the course. So no footage of him in round 1, but we'll get to see plenty of him on moving day round 2 here Saturday in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Awesome round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think somebody's going to end up shooting one of those 16s.
The wind's down. We'll see.
I mean, even if the wind's up, we saw a lot of missed putts there from Anthony. Easy 14 that he missed right there.
I agree.
He made it look super easy. If he's doing that, then the rest of the field's going to figure it out.
Thank you to the Founders Club. We appreciate you. It's been a while since we've acknowledged you, but we have not stopped loving you. Thank you for joining and being a part of what makes Jomez so great. We'll see you guys tomorrow for round 2 here in Jonesboro.